Critics say the Harper government's tough on crime bill ignores mental illness when it comes to mandatory minimum sentences. It's the latest criticism of a bill that's moving quickly to becoming law. CTV's Frank Lynn has been looking into this issue. Frank.
Megan, the law's mandatory minimum sentencing provision means judges won't have any discretion in handing down sentences. Critics say in mental health cases they should have.
The government has rejected 88 opposition amendments to the crime bill, including one from Liberal MP Irwin Cotler. His amendment would have allowed judges to consider mental illness as a mitigating factor when handing down mandatory minimum sentences.
Federal statistics suggest that 70% of young offenders suffer from some form of mental illness. And the Criminal Defense Lawyers Association says that people with mental illness should be treated before they're incarcerated.
I think it's the worst piece of public policy I have ever experienced in my life.
Defense lawyer Brennan Smart says the crime bill isn't necessary, and he says it's cruel to people with mental illness.
Treat the mental illness and you solve the problem. The person would no longer be a threat to the community. Instead of that, we're going to cage them, make their mental health issues worse, and then just toss them back out onto the street when the minimum sentence is done.
Stephen Woodworth is the Kitchener Centre Conservative MP.
If there is a serious mental health problem, it will generally open up the possibility of a finding of not criminally responsible, in which case there is no conviction, there is no sentence.
Woodworth says the protection of the public has to be considered in serious crimes. He compares it to drunk drivers.
You could say alcoholism is a mental health issue. Sometimes people who are alcoholics continue to drive, continue to pose a danger to the rest of us. And what we've chosen to do as a society is to impose mandatory minimum penalties.
Brennan Smart is incensed by the overall bill. He says crime is not out of control in Canada, and he says judges are not out of touch with reality.
They do an excellent job, and Parliament's taking it away from them. A monkey can sentence someone under minimum sentence guidelines.
I say to the honourable member, if he's worried about the costs, start standing up for victims.
The omnibus crime bill will become law before the end of the year.
Woodworth points to the success of Kitchener-Waterloo's mental health court with a dedicated judge, Crown attorneys, and support staff to keep serious mental health cases from the mainstream system. It was one of the first in the province, but it remains one of the few. Megan.